Hello. Hi. How are you doing out there? I am Millie with Senior Moments, and um, this is KUAW Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom, the Kansas City Global Community Radio Station. And if you want to call in and discuss anything with me while I'm online on the show, you can call at 816-599-6893. And also, if you just want to listen to me on KUAW.org, you can do that. That's audio. And if you would like to email me, leave comments or questions, it's KUAW985 at gmail.com. Also, if you want to watch us on Facebook, it's KUAWLPFM 98.5. And you can Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, tune in, and you can share and like our page. And today, uh, I'm going to discuss the voting and the pandemic. The earlier this year, I heard that Trump wanted to not have the election in November. So I found an article that let me know how that can go. So I am going to go on with this, and this is the AARP magazine that I find good articles in, and so this is one article that I really is enlightened me. So the president election is set to take place on November 3rd, 2020. Um, I can't hear myself, so I don't know. Okay, is okay. I'm ready. It's going to be November 3rd, 2020. That's the election date, and how that will happen is not yet clear. The coronavirus has put a large part of our life on hold. So, this is one event that won't be delayed. This event will not be delayed because on November 3rd, some 330 million Americans will be eligible to vote in what has been predicted to be the highest turnout election in decades. And how can this still take place? If if COVID-19 continue to endanger Americans, this is something that uh, the expert has answered. And yes, the will the election still occur in November? Yes. The federal laws mandate that the election day for president is on Tuesday, the next after the first Monday in November every 4 years, without exception. So the election gonna go on without any delay. The only way that it could change is if Congress passed a new law for the for President Trump to sign it and then between November and then, and the change of the happiness is near zero. Chances are it's not going to happen that Congress is going to pass this law and send it to Trump to sign. I know he would love that if they would do that, but there's no chance that I think that Congress would do that because he did, like I said, mention it earlier this year that that's what he wanted to do is to put a hold on the November election. But I guess he found out quick that he cannot do that. He might be the president. And also, not that 20th amendment mandate that the term of the president and the vice president must expire at noon on January the 20th. That too, and that too is invaluable. That probably won't happen, but they do. That's the date that the president change out the president incoming do his inauguration on that day, or the 21st, I think. But anyway, they change along that line from president to president. And so, uh, even if the pandemic is still raging, President Trump can't postpone the election. And that is correct, said Larry Norden, the director of the Election Reform Program at the nonpartisan Bryant Building Center of Justice. Based on the current law, the president really has no direct power over elections. So I guess when that's a big uh, thing when you are going to do election. So if one person make that decision whether it's going to be an election or not, that that would be something, because Congress do have to have a part in that. So uh, if it was all Republican, he probably could talk them into delaying, because they can change it if the Congress agree to it. So now the Republican Paul Pat, our Secretary of State, say every state is going to have to tweak their own election system to meet the voters' needs. And so it's a lot go into this voting, and hopefully that the people really take it serious. And so uh, they will have to meet its voters' need. So here are some options. More of us will vote by mail. Well, 5 states already is voting by mail. You have Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, Washington. All of those states, they vote by mail now, and already voting complete by mail. They vote all by mail. In California, Nebraska, and North Dakota, they vote that way too. So I don't know why they separate the names or what the difference in it. And so, but anyway, they all vote by mail. Now, absentee ballot likely will be made easier, so that'll be a good thing. And every state also allow absentee ballot. Now, Patty, the president of the National Association of Secretary of State, and Tom Perez, the chair of the Democrat National Committee, both say many states will be considered whether to relax their rules. So they will go ahead and look into it, and make that decision. And early voting likely will be expanded as early as April. 40 states and the District of Columbus plan to schedule early voting this November. And so this November stretch out the time for voting, usually over a period of several weeks leading up to the election. So when people have more time to vote, you have less excuses. If you just have the one day, you got to make sure you can go out and vote. But if they extend the time to allow you more days to vote, you have a better chance of voting. So that would be good. And our goals is to make sure we have made the election as accessible as possible for everybody, Pete say. And so we got people that looking out for different things so that they can. Some people try to keep you from voting. Some people want you to vote. So it just depends on who is doing it. Just don't expect to be voting via computer. Okay, creating a uh, secure um, so they don't want to do this online. The voting system, you will take it will take years and must be done separately by each state. So they don't want a lot of people on the computer because it can be hacked and different stuff. So they got a lot of work to do before they let you vote on the computer. Still, we have safe and conclusive election, Perez say. In the height of the Civil War, a president election took place in the height of the Spanish flu pandemic in 1918, and they didn't have the internet or vote by mail. So that goes to show you that this is not the first time. So we can try it again. Everybody just need to be safe to protect themselves. Like myself, I already decided. I think a voting is coming up. Was it today? I don't know. I need to check. So I might still have to go and vote today. But if I do, I'm planning on wearing my gloves, my mask, and then when I get in there, and they want you to sign the iPad, so they have a stylus for you to use. I got plenty of myself. I'm gonna take my own stylus because if you don't use the stylus, you can use your finger and sign. But instead of using my finger, I can have my own stylus, and I won't be touching anything but the ballot. And if I touch the ballot, I'm gonna have some gloves on. So I'm ready. I done thought it all the way through what I want to do when I go to vote, because I don't want nothing to stop me from voting. And if I protect myself going to the grocery stores and other stores, then I can find a way to protect myself to go and vote. And the experience is going to be different this time when you go out to vote. When you go out to vote, you just like I said, just make sure you are protecting yourself. Some jurisdictions may need to consolidate polling places because more early and absentee voting will likely lead to few people going to the poll or on November 3rd. Individual poll booths will probably be farther apart and will have greater health and safety precautions. And so, yeah, you can count on that, but you don't know. Probably will do it. Officials will try to expand poll workers hiring to uh, relax, relate less on rely less on older Americans and out of concern for their safety. So that would be, something if the because almost all of us was old because I used to work at the polling place, and mostly all the people that work there is retirees and they are up in age. So that would be something for them to, and maybe they can use some people that are not working now, like just off and not have a job laid off, working and getting unemployment. You still can work when you get unemployment if you make more. then what they allow you to make, then they'll just take $1 per whatever 100 or something like that, and it don't take a lot away from you when you're getting unemployment. Because I remember when I got laid off 30 years ago, and I was going to school, and then I got a part-time job, and I still uh, I got my unemployment because it was just a part-time job, and so that was really a good thing. So it's not all bad when you are getting unemployment, and as long as you're looking for your job, you know. So um, that happens. I would like to go ahead and take me a break. And this has been Senior Moments with Millie. And this is KUAW Global, the Kansas City Global Radio Station. And I'll be right back. Oh, hi, I'm back. This is KUAW, Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom, the community global radio station. And if you would like to donate, you can always go to the donate button and in KUAW.org, and you can donate. And if you would like to sponsor any shows of the radio station, you can do that. And if you uh, would like to start a new show, we have a young lady that interview you and to let you know if you would like to do that also. So now I was talking about the voting, election, and the pandemic that's going on, and why um, you can still vote in November because the president cannot postpone an election. It will happen. It will go on without his him. He can't stop it if even if he wanted to, but with the help of the Congress, he could. You know, if Congress was signing and postpone it. That could happen if they both agree together. So, with the pandemic that's going on, we this magazine I read is the AARP magazine, and the it's a special um, pandemic issue saying we are working hard every day to support you, your family, and your community. As we have learned, older people are much more likely to be seriously affected by the coronavirus, and uh, many are more dependent on caregivers, friends, and families to have um, to help get the food supplies and medical they need, and they shelters in place. In addition to the medical risk, older people also face additional social and economic challenge at this difficult time. And so, yeah, make sure if you have neighbors, family members that are older and live by themselves, check on them, call them, go by. Even if you don't go in, just let them know that you're concerned, and check on them and see if they need anything. If you they need to make a list for you to go to the grocery store for them, or if they need some assistance with helping. And well, same thing. Before the coronavirus even came, you was if they needed assistance in getting their bills paid, and making sure they get in the mail to get delivered, and because most of them don't do online bill paying. But that's one thing I can say for this coronavirus. It has made a lot of us old people get more into computers, and trying to learn how to operate. And we will call our kids, our grandkids, great grandkids, and see if they can help us and tell us how to operate these electronic devices. And also, I tried Monday to do a virtual doctor visit, and it was some few things came up. I don't know what happened exactly, but I think the doctor's office was just as bad as I was. I think I was almost there, but I just needed a little bit of assistance from them so I could see him. I ended up doing the telephone call instead of the virtual, and that was very disappointing to me because I was thinking this is something that's new and I wanted to try it. And but they wasn't a big help, so that didn't happen. And now I'm going to go ahead and close out. And one thing I was talking about was voting. So Cheryl Underwood gave me a card and a fan that have register people to vote, staff polling place, and take souls to the poll. And so that's one of her Black Radio Solidarity drive souls to the poll. And from November to, oh, this is, yeah, November 2019 to November 2020. And she want us as people to go out and vote your so you can be counted. Also, fill out your census, the 2020 census. If you have not, you still got some more time. Just go online and do census 2020, and you can. It's just a few things that I don't know how many it is. It's not a big long sheet that you have to fill out, but you wanted to fill out and be counted. And that's one way that you can track your ancestors. You can go as far back as long as they've been keeping census, and just keep going back, and see who all your relatives and connect the dots. It's a lot of work. I would like to go into Sister Bacham class and find out some things about my family history. I'm going to eventually do it. And now I'm going to go ahead and close out with a prayer. Lord, I pray for our nation, leaders, and ask that they would give the ability to make, and will you, Lord, give them the ability to make wise decisions, to govern with integrity, and to accomplish their goal in tasks in a way to build up our nation. We need people that care about this nation, and we need people that care about people, and we need people that will tell the truth and don't lie, and we need people that care enough to make and bring glory and honor to your name as they serve our country. May God bless America. Have a good day.